Japan, land of the rising sun, home of bullet trains and ancient temples, a place where the hyper-modern and the deeply traditional exist side by side. We're going deep, exploring the soul of Japan, one steaming bowl of ramen, one ancient alleyway, one stunning vista at a time. So buckle up, kids, it's going to be a wild ride. All right, let's kick things off with the big guy, the boss, the one and only Mount Fuji. This ain't just a mountain, people. It's a goddamn national icon. Visible for miles around, this near-perfect cone has been inspiring for centuries. Thousands climb it every year, making the pilgrimage to the summit. Gazing at this majestic peak rising above the clouds is an experience in itself. The trails are steep and the air gets thin. There are plenty of ways to experience Mount Fuji. Take a scenic hike around one of the nearby lakes, hop on a cable car for breathtaking views, or just grab a beer and soak in the scenery. Make sure Mount Fuji is on your itinerary. It's unforgettable. Next up, we're heading to Kyoto, the ancient capital of Japan, to check out Fushimi Inari Shrine, a place that's about as close to magic as you're gonna get. This sprawling complex is famous for its thousands, and I mean thousands, of vibrant red torii gates that snake up the mountainside, creating a tunnel of color that seems to stretch on forever. Each gate has been donated by a business or individual as a way to pay respects to Inari, the Shinto deity of rice and sake. Walking beneath these gates, you can't help but feel a sense of history, of spirituality, of something bigger than yourself. As you ascend the path, the city noises fade away, replaced by the rustle of leaves and the chirping of birds. The air feels different up here, cleaner, fresher, charged with a certain energy. Take your time wandering through the gates, stopping to admire the intricate carvings, the moss-covered statues, the quiet beauty of it all. A visit to Fushimi Inari is an experience that will stay with you long after you've left Japan. No trip to Japan is complete without a visit to Tokyo, that sprawling, neon-drenched metropolis that's like something out of a cyberpunk fever dream. And what better way to experience the sheer scale and energy of this city than from the top of Tokyo Tower? Inspired by the Eiffel Tower, but with a distinctly Japanese flair, this towering structure offers panoramic views of the city that will leave you breathless. From here, you can see it all: the skyscrapers of Shinjuku, the bustling Shibuya crossing, the winding Sumida River, and on a clear day, even the majestic Mount Fuji in the distance. But the real magic happens at night. As the sun sets, Tokyo transforms into a dazzling sea of neon lights. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned Tokyo veteran, a trip to Tokyo Tower is an absolute must. It's a chance to appreciate the sheer scale and energy of this incredible city. Look, I know what you're thinking. We've been bouncing around having a hell of a good time, and suddenly, bam, we're talking about Hiroshima. It's heavy stuff, no doubt. But to truly understand Japan, you have to understand its history, even the painful parts. The Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park isn't your typical tourist destination. It's a place of reflection, of remembrance, a stark reminder of the devastating power of war. Walking through the park, you'll see the skeletal remains of the Genbaku Dome, one of the few buildings left standing near the hypocenter of the atomic bomb blast. It's a chilling sight, a stark reminder of the destructive power we humans possess. But the park is more than just a memorial to the past. It's also a call to action, a plea for peace and understanding. The Children's Peace Monument, adorned with thousands of origami cranes, serves as a poignant symbol of hope for a future free from nuclear weapons. Take your time exploring the park's museums and monuments, reading the stories of the survivors, and reflecting on the lessons learned from this tragic event. It's a sobering experience, but an important one. Let's face it, the world can be a noisy, chaotic place. Sometimes you just need a little peace and quiet, a place to escape the hustle and bustle and reconnect with nature. And for that, my friends, there's no place quite like the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove in Kyoto. Imagine stepping into a world where towering stalks of bamboo soar skyward, their leaves forming a canopy overhead, filtering the sunlight into an ethereal green glow. The air is cool and quiet, filled with the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant chirping of birds. Walking through the grove, you'll be surrounded by these magnificent plants, their smooth green stalks reaching up towards the heavens. The path winds its way through the grove, inviting you to lose yourself in the tranquility of this unique ecosystem. Whether you're a nature lover, a photography enthusiast, or just looking for a moment of zen, the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove is a must-visit destination. It's a place to escape the noise and chaos of everyday life and reconnect with the beauty and tranquility of the natural world. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to dive headfirst into the heart of Tokyo's urban jungle. Shibuya Crossing, the world's busiest intersection. Imagine this. The lights turn red, and a tidal wave of humanity floods the intersection. Thousands of people crossing from all directions. Salaried workers in suits jostle for space with trendy teenagers, tourists snap photos, and somehow, miraculously, amidst the controlled chaos, everyone manages to get where they're going. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way, a symphony of sights, sounds, and smells that captures the frenetic energy of Tokyo. Grab a coffee at one of the many cafes overlooking the crossing and watch the human drama unfold. Or better yet, jump into the fray yourself and experience the rush of being part of something so uniquely Tokyo. Let's face it, sometimes you need a break from temples and shrines. Something a little different, a little more interactive. Enter Nara Park, home to over 1,200 freely roaming deer. And yes, you can pet them. Now these aren't your average deer, mind you. They're practically celebrities here, accustomed to tourists, and more than happy to pose for a photo or two. For a price. That's right, folks. These deer have developed a taste for the finer things in life, specifically special deer crackers sold throughout the park. Don't be surprised if a pack of these furry entrepreneurs surround you, bowing their heads insistently for a treat. It's all in good fun. And hey, who can resist those big brown eyes? But Nara Park is more than just a deer petting zoo. It's also home to Tadaiji Temple, which houses one of the largest bronze Buddha statues in the world. Spend an afternoon wandering through the park, making friends with the local deer population and soaking up the peaceful atmosphere. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, all this temple hopping and city slicking can wear a guy down. Sometimes, you just need to escape to a place where the only thing on the agenda is the sound of the waves and the feeling of sand between your toes. Welcome to Okinawa, the tropical paradise you never knew existed. Forget everything you thought you knew about Japan because Okinawa is a different world. Think crystal clear turquoise waters, pristine white sand beaches, and swaying palm trees. It's like stepping onto a postcard from the South Pacific. We're talking world-class diving and snorkeling, folks. The coral reefs here are teeming with marine life, from colorful fish to graceful manta rays. Grab a mask and fins and explore the underwater world, or just kick back on the beach and soak up the sun. But Okinawa is more than just a pretty face. This chain of islands boasts a rich history and culture all its own, with unique traditions, cuisine, and even its own language. Explore ancient castles, sample local delicacies, and experience the laid-back island vibe that sets Okinawa apart from the rest of Japan. So, whether you're a beach bum, a history buff, or just looking for a little slice of paradise, Okinawa has something for everyone. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, all this temple hopping and city slicking can wear a guy down. Sometimes, you just need to escape to a place where the only thing on the agenda is the sound of the waves and the feeling of sand between your toes. Welcome to Okinawa, the tropical paradise you never knew existed. Forget everything you thought you knew about Japan because Okinawa is a different world. Think crystal clear turquoise waters, pristine white sand beaches, and swaying palm trees. It's like stepping onto a postcard from the South Pacific. We're talking world-class diving and snorkeling, folks. The coral reefs here are teeming with marine life, from colorful fish to graceful manta rays. Grab a mask and fins and explore the underwater world, or just kick back on the beach and soak up the sun. But Okinawa is more than just a pretty face. This chain of islands boasts a rich history and culture all its own, with unique traditions, cuisine, and even its own language. Explore ancient castles, sample local delicacies, and experience the laid-back island vibe that sets Okinawa apart from the rest of Japan. So, whether you're a beach bum, a history buff, or just looking for a little slice of paradise, Okinawa has something for everyone. All right, history buffs, this one's for you. Get ready to step back in time at Himeji Castle, one of Japan's most stunning and well-preserved feudal castles. This ain't your average medieval fortress, folks. This is architecture as art, a masterpiece of design and engineering that has survived for centuries. Nicknamed the White Heron Castle for its elegant white plastered walls, Himeji Castle is a sight to behold. The castle grounds are a maze of winding paths, fortified gates, and towering walls, all designed to confuse and deter any would-be attackers. As you explore the castle, you'll be transported back to the days of samurai and shoguns, imagining the battles that raged within its walls and the lives of the people who once called this place home. Climb the steep staircases to the top of the main keep for breathtaking views of the surrounding city and countryside. But Himeji Castle is more than just a pretty facade. It's a symbol of Japan's rich history and a testament to the country's enduring spirit. So, put on your walking shoes, grab a camera, and get ready to be transported back in time at Himeji Castle. Let's be honest, folks. Part of the allure of Japan is the chance to experience a culture so different from our own. And there's no better place to do that than in Gion, Kyoto's geisha district. Gion is about preserving tradition, elegance, and artistry. Picture narrow cobblestone streets lined with wooden machiya houses, their paper lanterns casting a warm glow on the evening crowds. The air is filled with shamisen music from hidden tea houses, and you might catch a glimpse of a geisha, her kimono a riot of color. Gion is a place where time moves slower, where the past is still present. Duck into a tea house for matcha and wagashi sweets, or splurge on a kaiseki dinner. Gion is best at night, when the lanterns are lit, the crowds are thinner, and the neighborhood takes on a magical quality. So there you have it, folks. 10 incredible destinations that offer a taste of everything Japan has to offer. From towering mountains and serene temples to bustling cities and tranquil bamboo forests. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or a first-time visitor, Japan is a country that will captivate your senses and leave you wanting more. So get out there, explore, get lost, and discover the magic of Japan for yourself. And hey, if you enjoyed this little journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more travel tips and guides. Until then, happy travels!